Hey, friend and colleague, it's Nikki from Full Voice Music. On our show, episode 213, my special returning guest is the one, the only social media expert, Karen Michaels. We are talking about social media for your teaching studio, for your business, right here on the Full Voice Podcast. Hello. Welcome and thank you for joining me, and Happy New Year. It's 2026. I hope your new year has started strong. I have to tell you, here in Nova Scotia, it's soggy and wet, and then there's snow, and then there's ice, and then it rains. But it's beautiful here, and I'm actually just about to hop on a plane and head into Toronto to do some working with the Full Voice team and to drop in at the printer. Katrina and Jeff take care of all of our books. But it's good to have you here on the show. I'm so excited. My special guest is a longtime friend and colleague, and Karen is a social media expert. Now, on the Full Voice Podcast, if you are new to our show, the big determining factor of our guests, well, there are many social media experts out there doing great things. The beautiful thing about Karen is that she is in the trenches. Not only is she a voice and piano teacher, she is a performer. She is in the arts. She knows what challenges we face. She knows the unique things, that's all I got. The unique things that we have to worry about as voice teachers, as musicians. So I am so thrilled that she is joining us. Without further delay, the beautiful, the smart, the amazing Karen Michaels. Welcome back to the podcast, my dearest longtime friend and colleague, Karen Michaels, or as Sean likes to say, Karen Michaels, social media expert. I'm so glad you're here. How are you?
Oh my gosh, I'm great. Thank you so much for having me back. One of my home away from homes, no doubt. It's so nice to be back and chitty chatting with you.
I'm so glad you're here. I mean,
Thank you.
Social media. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Every time I see like a notification like, oh, the algorithm has changed, I'm like, oh, I gotta talk to Karen. What's happening? What's going on? And there's just so many outlets now. We've been like kind of showing love to our Pinterest for a while and kind of exploring that.
I've seen that.
Have you?
Great.
Have you seen?
Yeah, I have seen it. I've been fed it. I know. I love that because sometimes I go incognito to look at different clients that I've worked with or helped to see if I get fed their stuff. And yeah, it's going really well. Plus, hello, Pinterest links. Oh my gosh.
They last forever.
It's practically evergreen social media. How funny we're talking about Pinterest. That's like hilarious and wonderful.
Right? Well, actually, it's funny. I introduced Pinterest to my son, and at first, because he saw my feed, and he's like, well, this is boring. It's all recipes and hairstyles. And then I typed in baseball, and he was like, oh my gosh. So I think I might have gotten him hooked.
Oh no, that's so fun. I love that. Oh my gosh. And a young man, what a great demographic for good social media and not the baloney.
So important. All right. Yes. I have so many questions for you. But first of all.
Yay. Yes.
So it's 2026. It's January 2026.
Mm-hmm.
Just as a general get started here, what trends or what are they saying 2026 social media is going to be about? And of course, our conversation is geared towards teachers who are promoting their studios. So what's the word on the street?
Oh, I love this so much. I mean, I am so excited for the way that social media is going. And the funny thing is to me, Nikki, is a lot of it is what I already said to do, which makes me feel kind of fancy and fun because it's all about human content, polished, but human content. And it's not just because of the AI thing. Obviously, that is a major part of it, sure. But people are tired of the influencer, vibe. And by the way, I love influencers. I follow several myself, but that super slicky poo style of they're selling a product that they probably don't even use or that they were paid to sell, or
Oh, I
where
see.
I yeah, those kind of influencers, right? That kind of vibe is out, and what is in is you, like when you said, when we were talking about our hair and talking about hair color, and two women talking about hair color, and then, oh, here's what I do, and that's it, that's exactly it. And so if I was going to skew that to voice teachers, hey, I had a student that came in, they had this issue. I showed them these things and gave them this idea and showed them this track of things to do and this practice method and using that. And then this is what their outcome was: a real person talking about a real issue that they've dealt with in their studio or in their performance, in their work, and how they solved it. And just like a normal person. And the great thing is it's really just like having a phone conversation or a Zoom chat or a FaceTime call. It's literally like that. I mean, I wrote down 2026 is easier, not louder, and not trendier.
Oh, I like those. I think that's where a lot of teachers might be overwhelmed. Like it just seems like it's just blatant screaming into the void, as people like to say. But it's those
Mm-hmm.
sincere moments, those, about sharing something that works, that really catches people's attention.
Exactly. We don't have to focus so much on the aesthetics of things. And I do want to be careful with that. I don't want you to think that your sound cannot be good. Because sound is everything. And then the secondary thing, of course, is lighting. And again, I'm not, friends, I'm literally, okay, I have my overhead fan light. I have a $10 light from Target on. And then I have my Samsung mic that I bought on Amazon 5 years ago for $75, right? So these are normal tools. And so those two things are very important, but just all the jump cuts and the fun edits, sure, those are great and fun if you like it. But if you don't, just talk. Just tell us your brilliant idea. Tell us your brilliant solution to a problem. Tell us your what happened with your student that was so exciting and happy for you, and then we can be happy with you.
I love that. Yeah, that's so helpful. Um, what what is the trend like? Are you seeing? I know this is a general. There's nuances to this, but like, are you seeing more teachers spending time on Instagram? Are you seeing more teachers on Facebook? Like for me personally, I find Instagram is kind of, I feel more love on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
But is that like, what trends are you seeing that way? Like if we're gonna choose one platform or two platforms,
Right.
which ones
Right.
are seeing the love?
Gosh, I mean, the Instagram is for sure a fantastic platform,
Mm-hmm.
especially because what I love about Instagram for teachers is that it's very conducive to photography as well as videos. So reels and carousels do very, very well on Instagram. And so if you want to shake up your content and you don't want to always have a reel going, certainly Instagram is great for that. And I think that a lot of teachers do really well on Instagram. I'll be very honest. The voice teachers on TikTok are killing it. It's
Really?
amazing. Yeah.
Okay.
It's amazing. I find myself saving and downloading a lot of those videos to share with my students. And so if you're but of course, again, friends, if you're like, oh no, video, and it gives you a heart attack and you want to like throw your phone across the street, then don't do that.
Yeah.
That's always the thing, right? I mean, you asked my advice, I'm giving it. However, in the end, what works best for you is what you will actually do,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And also, I think the secondary question to ask is, where is your audience? If you think, wow, it's true, my audience is on TikTok, maybe that's a good idea for you. I mean, those are the kinds of things that you want to be strategic about. But obviously, with voice teachers, obviously we're it's a lot of visual. It's a lot of visual. You could be playing the piano, you could be singing, you could be sharing a performance. And so often those are either action shots or video reels, which do very, very well on both Instagram and TikTok. And by the way, Facebook just came out where they have their own reels feed.
Oh,
It's
interesting.
just happening. So if you look at your Facebook feed, there's a specific reel, like especially if you watch one and then you can scroll up the familiar scroll up
Right.
and you'll be staying in that reels feed. So in that sense, I mean, that's a very good Instagram thing. If you already have a good solid audience built on Facebook and Instagram, then stay there and do that. If you're looking to branch out and do more, then TikTok is a great choice. YouTube is also a fabulous choice.
I was just going to ask about YouTube. Yeah.
Absolutely. It really is between the shorts, which now, of course, as we all know, has its own feed, as well as long form video. And for myself, I think if you do one long meaning anything over 5 minutes is long. If you do a 5 or 10 minute video and then you can cut that puppy up into 3 to 5 pieces and then put those up for shorts and then repurpose it to Instagram or repurpose it to reels, just do a little bit of zhuzhing on the sizing. Boom, you're on three platforms without doing hardly any extra work.
Yeah.
Truly.
Repurposing is something that comes up time and time again, and it's so important. But I know that a lot of teachers feel like I have to come up with new content. I have to do something new. And that sometimes leads
Mm,
to the burnout.
it does. And you know what, friends? Here's the game. I love you, but I do not I do not look at every single thing you do, A. And B, I love you and I don't even see every single thing you do, even when I want to see it. There are people that I absolutely follow. And remember, my curate your feed. So you should never be seeing junk. You should never be seeing things that are upsetting or don't align with your mental health and your heart. Be sure on Instagram, it's the top left of the screen where you can do followers or favorites. So you can put your favorites in there. So that's all you see are people that make you feel good and teach you things. That's how I view it, right? You can do the same thing on TikTok. You can do the same thing on YouTube. You can teach that algorithm. Obviously, on Facebook, you can mute and unfollow people. They don't know that.
Yeah.
Those are really important tools to use. But I can tell you that I bet you that you could. Well, I just did it the other day for a client. We reposted something. I slightly changed the graphic just because it was me. But I essentially reposted an exact post from 2 weeks ago. Not even long. That's very recent. And 3 people commented, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing. This is great." Really, friends? I just posted this. So, and they hadn't seen it, Nikki. They hadn't seen it. So please don't feel that way. I think if you were making fresh content once a month,
Yeah. That is that is so helpful. And I have to share I had this conversation with Sean because he was like he had some spots open up for teaching and
oh yeah,
he put out one post and I'm like, what do you okay, so 3 people saw that, buddy. Now what are you going to do? And he was like, well,
that's,
I don't want to be. And I'm like, come on, you know the deal. Like, it doesn't stick around. You have to post again and you got to share again.
that's
And,
right.
you know,
That's
and the
right.
thing is, he gets such great support on Facebook. Like,
He
8
does.
people shared his post. And I'm like, including,
Whoa.
including the mayor of Bridgewater. Like,
Stop. That's so
and
great.
I can't. And he's all like modest. And I'm like, I can't even with you, sir. Cause I would die if I got that many shares.
8 shares.
Right.
Come on.
Anyhow. So it's,
Oh my
and he
gosh.
knows deep down inside, he knows that he's supposed to do it more,
Sure.
but it just feels weird. So
Yes.
I'm really glad that you
You know
clarified
what?
that.
Yeah. And I know it feels weird because we are normal humans. We are not advertising executives, right? But and gosh, Nikki, how long have I been saying this? It feels like 100 years, but we have this beautiful, beautiful opportunity with social media where, well, it used to be 100% free and essentially it is, but there's the verified profiles, and there's, which I do recommend for safety. There are of course ads, um but I think that with ads, my little saying, right, you don't need ads, you need systems. You shouldn't be paying for ads until a very specific point in your social media travels, right? But otherwise, gosh, it's just, we have this beautiful opportunity right in front of us to talk about what we're doing. It's just like talking to your neighbor, your friend. Hey, do you know a good voice teacher? Oh, well, gosh, actually, that's me. And then
That's
that's how you would
me.
answer it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's me. Here's what I do. Here's what I teach. Here's what I love. And it's just like being in a room networking with people. Again, that's hard. It's not easy to do, but just tiptoe in and you can do it. Tiptoe in, friends.
How important is it for people to be engaging with other uh accounts, with other teachers, like I mean, and what makes for really good engagement? Like what, sometimes you see the post, you're like, this is a great idea, and you're thinking, are you just dropping something on there to engage? I'm doing air quotes, engage. So
Yes.
what's good engagement?
I love that question so much because now we're getting into the nitty gritty of why you can actually post only once a week if you want and get things moving. And that's because that's a quality of post and quality of time in your social media. So what is good engagement? Absolutely 100%. If you look at someone's post and you see that they've done something very cool and very interesting, comment on that and don't write, dare I say, a BS kind of comment. Is that okay to
Yes,
say that?
absolutely. It's 2026. The Full Voice podcast is now more raunchier than ever. No, just kidding. Just kidding.
Oh
No,
my
but I
gosh.
know what you're saying because I've seen those.
Yes.
And you know what? Full
Yes.
disclosure, there's days where I'm just like, I'm not trying to spam the algorithm or anything. I just can't think of anything. So I'll just do like heart emojis. But it's only because I'm like mentally exhausted and it's the end of the day.
Of course, absolutely. Okay, so I have two answers for that. One is, sure, try to schedule your engagement time in an energetic time. And quite frankly, a time for to do it is 5 minutes before and 5 minutes after you post is literally the perfect time to do that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah. That is that's a major top tip. Because and yes, I am assuming that you are posting natively in real time, which I can share how I do that
Hmm.
with 10 accounts. I There are some days when I'm literally running 10 accounts. That seems crazy, but I'll tell you how I do it. But the point is that, I sometimes have sentences that I've had ChatGPT help me with that sound like me, that are still engaging, and a proper comment, that I sort of have those. I have them in my Apple Notes, and then I'll look at a sentence and, oh my gosh, that is such a great idea, I love this, thank you for sharing it. So that's like the draft of it, right? Then I can copy paste that into someone's post, and then personalize it. Hey, Nikki, that is such a great idea. I am so glad you shared it. I'm going to use it in my teaching today. So I took the idea. I didn't have to think of a new thing to say, but then I personalized it because I follow your account and I know what you're talking about. So those are great ways to do it. And then another great way of engagement is commenting on someone else's comment.
Oh, okay.
If somebody's written something really prolific and you're thinking, wow, I really wish I would have written that. And doesn't that happen a lot? You comment to them like, hey, friend, wow, what a great take on this, right? Commenting to them, because now really all we're doing, friend, is we're having a conversation. It's just that it's 2026. It's digital. It's a digital conversation. And so um it's just important to do that because that, well, as we know, we don't own those platforms, and their goal is to keep us on there for time. So set your timer for 5 minutes or 10 minutes so that you don't
So you don't
don't
go
get
down the
stuck in the
rabbit
scroll.
hole and 3 hours later you're like, who am I? Where am I? What's going on?
Yes. What happened? What happened to my to-do list? It's
Why
gone.
am I so hungry?
Um, yeah. Exactly that. Why do I have a headache from all that coffee? Yes, exactly that. But commenting is the biggest piece of engagement you can do. But now I'll tell you, on TikTok and on Instagram, my fave thing ever that they've both added is the repost.
That's the little square arrow thing. I didn't
Yes.
know what that was until just
I
the other
love
day.
Oh my gosh, Nikki, it's so fantastic. And here's why it's fantastic. Number one, you don't have to ask permission. So because because now it's platform wide. So the being on the platform gives implicit permission. So explicit permission. So then you don't have to ask permission. It goes in its own feed, so it doesn't interfere with your, especially like sometimes I'll do those fun like 3 posts in a row thing where I don't want it to mess up the look of it. And or if you have like, with like Nats or something, we'll have a very specific calendar. We're following a grid of our for ourselves of things that we are working on. And so then it doesn't mess that up. And yet it still allows for the share. It still allows for the share. It shows in the algorithmic feed. So you, Nikki, could see something that I, Karen, reposted from Nats, from another singer I love, from whomever, and you get the bump.
Right.
Yes, I had a friend who was asking me to help them sell some tickets for their show, and they're in a small town, and they reposted something from Ariana Grande that was very cool. Obviously, she doesn't know her, but she would reposted something, and it's a song that she's singing in her set, right? And that post, her post, ended up blowing up.
Wow.
And then she got new followers. And so this is a fantastic tool that I highly recommend. And then what you can do after you repost, friends, it'll show like a little, do you want to make a note about this? So, right, for example, on my talent agent profile, I'll repost something that was really pertinent perhaps for auditioning. And then I'll say, hey, friends, look at this. Or, wow, what good advice. Then that way, it's another piece of the game that I've written, and my face is out there. My profile is out there. It's so, I mean, now look, we've just and done and seen. You have just done the engagement game. You've just done the commenting game. You've actually uplifted another person. Oh, I love the regram. It's like my favorite
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. I'm glad you,
Yeah, it's
I'm glad
really
we
good.
talked about that because like I said, I saw these little things and I'm like, huh, what's going on here? And then I think it was Dr. Shannon Coates that had reposted something and I'm like, wait a second, what is Shannon doing there? I'm so confused. And then I figured it out. I was like, oh, that's so nice.
Ah,
So yeah.
it doesn't surprise me that Dr. Shannon was doing something cool. Everyone's following her, right? Like, oh my
Yeah,
gosh, she's so great.
Shannon. VoicePed at VoicePed.
Voice
Yeah.
ped.
Um, I so I mean we've talked about Instagram and now the algorithm just had a big um change. Can you just outline some of the changes for teachers? And again, knowing that you can use the platform however you use it, like you don't have to chase trends, but if you're interested, these are some of the changes.
Yeah, and what I really like. So first of all, I should say that Adam Mosseri, who is I hope I'm saying his last name correctly. He's the CEO, and he put out a 2,000 word essay, if you will, on Threads. I don't know if you saw it. Um, it's fantastic. And a lot of us in the social media world were talking about it. It's fantastic. It's a little confusing. I feel like he does a little bit of talking out of both sides, for AI, against AI. It's an interesting read, and I get it. What a difficult situation for them to be in,
Sure.
because it's very clear that the American and the Canadian and the world public, if you will, all of the public, we need to know when something is AI. We
Yes.
need to
Yeah.
know. And that is what is, truth in advertising at its core, right?
Yeah.
At the same time, when people do something unbelievable, it's very sad. I saw a guy petting sharks this morning on my feed, and everyone was like, "Wait, is this real? Is
I
this
know
real? What's
there's a
happening?"
lot of posts where I'm like, I really have to watch it. It's like, oh no, that can't be right. He has three hands.
Yep. Exactly. You definitely have to watch. But I think so. Going back to your question, though, is what are the trends? I mean, it's not so much trends in terms of the algorithm. What I like about this moving forward so far, it seems, is that they want us. They don't want us to do trends. They
Oh,
want us to do whatever it is that you. If you like that song and you want to share it, or you like that editing thing, or you don't like that editing thing, do that. Just do that. And I think the biggest thing is, which is difficult, is they talk about consistency a lot, which means a lot of posting. You know, I have my methodology around that called sprinting versus strolling. I think that sometimes you can sprint, which means doing a lot of posts. If you're selling something, if you're encouraging signups, if you're excited about sharing something, and then you can ease back and go into the strolling mode, which is 1 or 2 times a week. That works just fine, by the
yeah.
way, more than fine. People will know you, people will get things out there. I mean, it's kind of funny if you look at my singing, my personal singing profile, and I get so much work from that, and my posting has been not good. I always put my clients before myself, but I do, there's that, which is fine. There, it's fine. But I do it enough that and I'm very fortunate that I'm very good at the quality post, right? My captions are clear, a lot of white space. If I do a video, I'm talking to the camera. Most of my posts are less than 2 minutes. All of those kinds of things. I tag where I'm at, those kind of things. Those when you make a quality post, that should be your personal trend goal,
I like that.
making a quality post, because one quality post will be 5 so posts every single day of the week.
That is such a great practice. Like focus on just making a great post and
That's
and
right.
not just blasting it because you're supposed to blast it with a bunch of posts. I love that. I love that.
Yep. A quality post, friends. And it doesn't mean I'm not telling you to spend 20 hours in your Canva arranging some text on some color. Stop it.
Right. That
Stop it.
I love, oh man, I love Canva and
I do too. I love it.
Full Voice Music because we're an education company. We actually got Canva for free. So we were like,
Beautiful.
yeah, we were like, this is amazing. And we try to dive into all of the special I mean, it just does so much now.
So much. It's a great tool.
But I'm such a hypocrite. I'll set up templates like in Canva, like for posting, with nice things. And I've even purchased templates that I thought were really pro, like worth every penny.
Yeah.
And yet there's an evil Nikki that gets in there and wants to tweak the colors and wants to resize it, and maybe this should be a blue. Like I literally have to be like, I'm going in, I'm going to put these really nice templates to use, and I am going to get out. But I love, and then, heaven forbid I go make myself a latte, and then I'm like, all comfy. It's a rainy day. I'm going to stay here for a while. But yes, I get sucked into that. But
it's so fun. But yes, if time is your, don't let that kill you. Don't let that hurt you, because it can be, as long as your text, if it's a text post, graphic of some sort, as long as that text is clear and spaced well, the end. That's what you need.
I just want to put this out there because as a woman in her 50s who needs reading glasses, if I have to go get my reading glasses to read your post, shame on you. If you have written like a War and Peace novel on your image, it sends me to Rage Town, and I skip past your post.
Rage Town is my favorite.
Like, it makes me so mad. Like, I don't know where my reading glasses are. Are they in the bathroom? Are they in the shed? I don't know. Like, don't make me go look for them.
Right. They're probably on the piano. But I know. And the funny thing is, make that into a carousel and put 5 lines on each one. Now the carousels are up to 20 pictures. Why wouldn't you do that?
One of the template packs that I purchased from company
From Etsy or something?
No, it was from Tonic.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I love Tonic stuff. Beautiful stuff. Not cheap, but worth every penny. But when you open the templates, the first thing it says is, these headings may look large to you, but do not edit them. That size, we have tested the size of these fonts, and there is a reason that they are this big. So for those of you who think the text is too big, it can never be too big. So
no way. Okay, you're gonna have to share Tonic with me. I want to see it. That's amazing. I love that. See, I mean, and now with a template, now you just put your brilliant words in and off to the races you go.
Yeah, and if you're using Canva, you have your branding colors. You just click on your branding colors. Oh, that's so good. What are some things that you're seeing teachers post that you wish you weren't seeing? Oh.
Oh my gosh. Do I really have to answer?
Putting Karen on the spot.
Oh, that's hard.
So and coming from a place of love and respect, but some people you just don't know what, so are there some better practices or some things that you wish you didn't see?
Yeah, I really never want to see your student struggling and then you showing how great you are by fixing it, unless I don't know. I don't know why that seems. I don't know if I saw one and I was so open mouth shocked at it that now I'm fed that a few times. I find that to be uncomfortable, and I think you can talk about that. I don't know about showing that. That's odd to me. And I'll be honest with you. It's very, oh, this is a rough one. I don't know if anyone's going to agree with me, but when you show the students who got into a show and then the ones that didn't, I don't know. I've seen comments where I hope I get in next time. And I don't know. I don't know if that's the right forum for that. Maybe in your private group, you could say, "Oh my gosh, so and so got the lead, and let's all applaud her." And because it's a private group and you're all in this group together, but in the open forum of life, I find that to be odd because really that is all about now you're just showing off yourself.
I'm really glad that you brought that up. I know it's an awkward thing, and I appreciate your honesty because I think we have to reflect on if we are promoting our studios and we have, there's always that competition within our studios. Like sometimes our students are up against this. Like I can see how that might reflect badly. Like maybe a parent of one of the other kids is like, hey, and I would like to believe that everybody is like, a rising tide raises all ships and we should cheer each other on. But I really appreciate you putting that in there because I think there needs to be some mindfulness, especially if we're sharing other people's, if you're working with children or families, that you need to be very, it should be celebrating all efforts. Thank you for sharing that.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think so. It's again, in a private Facebook group, sure, we can, comment on that, but I don't know. And that could be just me, but I think mindfulness around everyone's feelings is never a bad idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
That's very helpful. Any other trends for 2026 that you want to let people know about?
I think that the greatest thing about 2026 is that I wrote this in my thing. I'm looking right at it. Your story is not a distraction from the strategy. It is the strategy. We will buy from people we know, like, and trust. That's like old school KLT. We've talked about it for a long time, but never before has that been so important because of AI, because of the aesthetic influencer, those kinds of things. When you just see a regular person saying, "Oh my gosh, I tried X and X worked so great for me. I just want to tell you about it." That that is selling products. That's what companies are finding, micro influencers and those kinds of all of us regular folk. They want us regular folk talking about it because why? Because we're the believable ones, we're the trustworthy ones. So, what a perfect place for what a perfect place for you to be in, especially as a teacher, just talking about your philosophies, your studio ethos, your the work that you're doing. And again, now I may find it odd when you show a student's progress on the video, but you should talk about that. You can absolutely talk about that without, showing someone's discomfort or something. And I want you to talk about that. And I think the other great thing is, if anybody is a Substacker, I think, is there anybody not right now? Um, I know a lot of you out there are, you've always told me, I'm a writer. I'm a writer. I don't want to be on video. I don't want to be on this. I don't want to be on that. Well, friends, here you go. It is, I mean, just to talk about that for a hot second, I literally gain more followers over there than on any social media platform that I work on. And I guess I'm playing the game in a happy way because I like it. I'm posting on Notes. I'm writing my weekly posts, which I mean, I haven't been great at that, but I'm going to be better about weekly. And I'm commenting on other people's written word, but it doesn't feel like, oh, I have to set. I don't set a timer when I'm in Substack. I just read someone's article, and if it inspires me to talk to them and comment. And the funny thing is, I have met so many great people over there, and we're having conversations on. I have Zoom chats on Friday mornings with people, and it's
Oh, I
amazing.
love that. I love that.
It's
Yeah, I
amazing.
follow. I do enjoy Substack, and I follow quite a few people. And I met some really, really beautiful artistic people that are out there. Like there's poets that I follow. One of the Substacks that I absolutely love is one of our composers, Glenn Lehman. He has been putting his music out, and I mean, he's in Australia, and his music is tied in with the environment and the trees and the forests, and it's like a retreat. And the pictures, and then he's just done this recording like it's just like I love it. Just feels like it's, like I said, it's just like an escape. And I've really enjoyed connecting with some artists and on there. So
Yes.
yeah.
I mean, and authors over there. I mean, I follow Austin Kleon. He's the, Steal Like an Artist guy. And I mean, I feel connected to him. I've commented and he comments back. And it's amazing what's going on over there. Lizzo, just have you seen
Oh, I
hers?
haven't. No.
Holy cannoli, friends. She just started a few weeks ago, or it could be a couple months now. But anyway, she is that I love that woman. What an amazing musician and artist, but what a writer
Oh,
she
wow.
is.
Okay.
What a writer she is. And so, who knew? Who would have known that? And so I love writing too. I mean, I was always a fan of Medium, and I still am. But this is a different. If this is like the perfect blend of, you can talk about what you know and what you do, and build that authority, that expertise, that when people are ready to spend their dollars, and people, as we talked about earlier, getting people to spend dollars is difficult right now for all the obvious reasons. It's the uncertainty, we don't know about it. So what you want to do is put people at ease, so they feel comfortable and they know that when they spend their dollar with you, they're getting so much value back.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really helpful.
Yeah, yay.
Um, Karen, I want to thank you so much. It's always lovely to check in with you, and you're so helpful. And I know that, that your appreciation for the opportunity on social media, you express that so beautifully. And it's funny, if we were to go back in time, and you wanted to advertise your studio, you would have to spend thousands of dollars,
Thousands.
a radio ad or even in a newspaper ad, right? And now it's about not just advertising, but celebrating what you love. And there's just so many
Yes.
opportunities. And thank you so much for just being, because it's the one thing that I love about your conversations is you are in the trenches with doing all the things. So it's not like you don't understand our specific industry. So thank you. Now,
Oh,
you
gosh,
have a
you're
little
welcome.
gift for my listeners, and I really appreciate that. So
Yes.
tell everybody what you got going on.
So that's so nice of you. So I made a listener discount for you if to subscribe to my Substack. And I'm going to be very frank. So my Substack is free for everyone. I don't paywall anything. That's the truth. So what happens is your dollars support my time because, for example, and I encourage all of you to go read my 2026 post. It's called Navigate. That's my word of the year. And it goes over pretty much everything that you and I just talked about, Nikki, and it goes into detail on that. And that took, I researched and worked on that for 4 months for one blog post. Right now, that's obviously a really big one. It was really important to kind of lay out how we go about our marketing for 2026. But anybody who is a paid subscriber, you're contributing to paying for my time, which then is obviously so important. So that I can spend more time doing that for Substack. And then the other specialty thing that you get as a paid subscriber is you may always answer any email. You can just hit reply and say, Karen, could you look at the post that I made? Here's the link and give me some feedback on that. I am so happy to do that. My paid subscribers can absolutely ask for that. And then I do. And by the way, this discount applies to any subscription that you see. So any level, I have different levels. And it's all the Substack thing. But I would love to see you over there.
Do you want to announce the code? Do you want to put
Oh, I don't even have it memorized.
Oh, okay. I'll put it on I'm going to put it in the show notes. So you're going to look at that. That's
Perfect.
so funny. I'm going to put it in the show notes.
So funny.
So if you're interested, excuse me, in getting some feedback from Karen and connecting with her, please check out the show notes for her full voice listener discount. That's so sweet of you. As always, where can people find you on Instagram and what's your social handle?
I love it. So it's at Social Butterfly Group on Instagram, where I mostly live in reels and stories. And then at Social Butterfly Group on Pinterest. And Substack, my newsletter is called The Social Butterfly Buzz, but it is Social Butterfly Group as my URL.
Okay,
so
great.
I'm there. And I'm on Facebook too, but
Yeah, exactly.
It's
but
fun. It's all the same. I'm really lucky. I jumped into that game pretty quickly.
Awesome.
Social Butterfly Group, you'll find me.
Oh, Karen, thank you so much. We will have you back, I'm sure. Thank you.
Yay.
Thank you for kicking off 2026 with some really great social media advice and all of your expertise. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited for everyone. What a great year to get yourself on socials. And I look forward to hearing from you. In fact, I expect to hear from some of you. That would be amazing. I would love it.
Awesome. A very special thank you to Karen for joining us for our first podcast of 2026. Please check the show notes. Please make sure to find Karen and follow her on the socials because she's going to show you how it's done. And of course, check out her Substack account. My friend, as always, I am sending you a big hug from Hemford Forest, Nova Scotia, and I am wishing you inspired teaching and happy singing.